AutismOklahoma.org began in Edmond in May 2002 when two families began a parent support group. Today, Autism Oklahoma has 5 parent support groups across Oklahoma, including branches in Edmond, Canadian Valley, Stillwater, Oklahoma City, and Muskogee. The parent support groups meet monthly and provide a way for families to learn and support each other. Because summer can be a particularly tough time of the year for children and parents who have a family member with autism, AutismOklahoma.org provides a variety of ways to connect with families during the summer months, including Camp Noggin, Camp Noggin Teen Edition, Summer Advance Get Ready for College, and Summer Advance Colorado. Each of these programs allows kids to have a fun camp experience with social and learning opportunities. Some other programs offered by AutismOklahoma.org provide ways to engage the general community. Programs like the Peace Walk, TeamAutism.org, Drive for Autism, and Raise Your Voice for Autism raise awareness and education about autism while raising money for our cause. So whether you like walking, marathons, golf, or music, there's something for everyone.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 2 can be as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1. No is the saddest experience you'll ever know. Yes, it's the saddest experience you'll ever know. Because 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever
My name is Trina Eves, and I have a son, Jeremy Eves, who is 10. And I have a husband, Cecil Eves, and a daughter that is 18 years old. And our son, he was born typical. There was no problems, no complications. And about 16 to 18 months, he started having behavioral issues. He had already been practically potty trained, learning how to speak, doing all the typical, going through all the typical behaviors that you're supposed to be, and then it just started dropping within a week's time. Just contemplating, and then I decided to go on the internet and look it up and look at all the behaviors and all that and do research, and then the internet pulls you in with all this information, and next thing you know, I'm like putting a check by every single behavior practically, that the behaviors of a child with autism. And I took one look at my husband and I said, oh my gosh, I think he does have autism. And so I started going to ABA therapy workshops and learning, and then I started, let me see if this works. And I tried it, and it's like, oh my gosh, this really can work. You know, you find what works for your child. But I just sat on the floor one day at school and I started talking to him, and I was like, let's do the alphabet in sign language. And he started doing them, and he was saying them too. And I'm like, oh my God, this kid can do his alphabet. And I was like, he can do a lot of stuff in sign language. I told you guys, he can, you know. And then I'm like, he knows this, he knows that, and we just started doing all kinds of stuff. And they was just floored. And so we went to an IEP meeting, and I convinced them that maybe it's the best thing, and then they fought me the whole time. And I felt sick to my stomach that maybe this wasn't right. But at the same time, just because I was scared to put him in the mainstream, that doesn't mean that wasn't what was right for him.
Well, the change was, at first he was really out of control, the 4-year-old Jeremy. You know, it was real difficult looking at your son just flip out for no reason, you know, just having a bad day every single day. Now you can see it's a total change now since he's been mainstream. It's not like he cries constantly. It's that routine of what he normally does during the day. Then he comes home and he got the routine. But before the routine, it was real difficult and it was kind of like just out of control. I hope to see a successful life for Jeremy, him being more independent, him being able to hold his own, have a job, you know, be able to live a normal, typical life. I would advise them to get all the early intervention that they could possibly get. Get with people who've been through this, get with the doctors, get with the support groups, get with whatever you can get whatever type of help you can get, and also get help for yourself, because you have to stay strong for each other or it's not going to work out at all for the child. You know, being married, you married as a couple, it doesn't matter what comes between you, you have to stay strong for each other. Jeremy had brought that to us. Our life has been real rough, but Jeremy has brought us together as a family and as individuals, you know. So I would say get the most help you can get while it's so early, and if you need any help, go to support groups. Support groups is a good way to be around other people who know what you're going through, who's been there, who is going through it now. But that's what I would suggest.
Hi, I'm Brian White. You know, music played a huge role in my life as a kid. Kids with autism have huge interest. Share an interest to get to know someone with autism. To learn more about us, just go to our site,